So I've arrived at a particularly low point in my trip. I've arrived in China and I have 3 eSIMs and not any of them work. And not having a working phone in China, you may as well just jump off a bridge because you just can't do anything. Nothing works without a phone in China. It was already a pain in Hong Kong, and in China it's just a pain. So I reckon I'm going to go buy a SIM from China Mobile. Because my eSIM, which I pay good money for, doesn't work. And my other eSIM is out of data, and my one from home is out of credit. Love-hate relationship with China. So I've been here 20 minutes, I'm hot, I'm sweating, pissed off, because none of my eSIMs work. I can't pay for anything because you need an internet connection to pay for anything. Can't find anywhere free Wi-Fi. So I'm literally just going to start wandering until I find a McDonald's that has free Wi-Fi. What kind of bullshit? You literally need to be within their digital ecosystem, and you basically need to be Chinese in order for anything to work. Oh, it's really getting on my tits. I don't even know where I'm going because I can't even open the map application. You get that to work. Just in some random ass place. I can't leave, I'm like in purgatory here. Totally again, nobody's speaking English, that's fine. It's just like, bro, just the eSIM business, it's not it. It's just not it. They don't work very well, the cheap ones. And then they cut out all the time. Welcome Wi-Fi, oh my god, here we go. Where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? I don't know, in this little corner. Random little corner seems to have functioning Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's the free welcome Wi-Fi. Found a Starbucks and a McDonald's, thank God. Still can't pay with card, but I can use their Wi-Fi and purchase another eSIM onto my 4th eSIM. Pardon my language, I'm having a bad day. 2 types of people in this world, right? There's YouTubers and people who are not going to tell you a bunch of bullshit. And China is not easy traveling. I have 5 SIMs installed on my phone. Some are out of credit, and 3 of them just don't work. eSIMs, mostly. They say they're meant to be working right now, but they don't. I need to pee. Oh, you're at McDonald's. There's no toilet in here. I don't know where the toilet is because my maps doesn't work because there's no data. I somehow managed to pay because even though Alipay refreshes its code, my old one still worked from 4 days ago. So I got fries. So that's the hunger sorted. I need to pee. I don't know where I am. I don't even have a hostel booth. I tried to book on the way, but I ran out of data in Hong Kong, you see. The joys of eSIMs. The Wi-Fi is now no longer working here. So, I think my next stop would be Starbucks. So, nowhere to stay, don't know where I am, don't know where I'm going, and I can't get data to work for love nor money. I literally, on the Wi-Fi, I bought a new eSIM, installed it doesn't work. So it's not a lot of money, it's only like £3 down the drain, but I just don't know what to do. I am so close to crying, it's not even funny. McDonald's Wi-Fi doesn't work. Hampton by the Hilton, you need a room. Starbucks, you need a Chinese phone number. Because you can't do, it's hard to describe, you can't do anything in China without a working internet connection. I don't know what to do. Okay, it's 7:30, nearly 8. I'm in my hostel. The bed's rock hard. I'm exhausted. I got noodles from 7-Eleven, and after I ate them, I realised that they had meat in them. No more comments. I've calmed down. I was so angry earlier, but I've somehow got kind of connected to the internet through Saily, but it's a pain. Tomorrow, go to Sanya, chill out there, and I think Good morning from Shenzhen. Hostel's a bit rough. I'm up and out and packed my bag. I am in Central Mall looking for something very human while being followed about by that digital vending machine. I'm looking for some sunglasses because I lost my sunglasses yesterday in my fit of rage. I've been told there's a decathlon here by AMAP, but AMAP is known to lie. So I've actually lost faith that there is a decathlon here. It's just a shopping mall. By the sheer grace of God, I found Decathlon. And they have a climbing wall, which is really cool. And a tennis court, and a table tennis thing. This has to be the coolest Decathlon I've ever seen. So yeah, let's go in and get my sunnies. I think it just opened. After this, we will maybe go to Bit City. I think I've heard of this place. It's over here. And then we will... I don't know what that says. That sign doesn't affect me because I can't read. Not working elevator. Still works to walk down. And then we will go to some of the big electronics malls. I am so confused. Hello. They are hanging up a vegetable, a salad, a lettuce, the red pack on it. I think it's something to do with the dragon that's going around the mall. Definitely something to do with Chinese New Year. Sunnies are secured. These cost £4. I don't really like them that much, but they cost £4. And they look hella dad-like. Don't know, they're kind of a vibe in their own right. I'm now heading to the electronics market. I'm heading to SEG Electronics Market. It's one of the biggest electronics markets in the world. And there I will get a little bit more food and some water. Try finding a cheap SD card, although I've been told like this is kind of like a wholesale place, so the prices aren't actually as good as Taobao or JD. But we'll see what we can get. What is she advertising? SEG E-Market, electronics market, one of the biggest in the world, mostly a wholesale market. Let's go have a look. Alright, there's loads of different floors here. I think 4 floors where the big brands are. We're just gonna work our way up the whole thing. Let's rock. Some snacks. Oh, there's a 7-Eleven. As always, try to find vegetarian stuff, even in an uphill battle. So you can get this stuff. You get tofu. It is in the meat, the same broth as the meat. It's a bit gross, but it is tofu. But the sauces, I can't work out which one's vegetarian. The first one is not vegetarian. God, what an uphill struggle. So what you can get is the tofu. I remember how to say it. Tofu, udon, no sauce. And I'm just gonna put some chili sauce on it. Very unideal that they're in the same broth. But at this point, it gets a pass from me. So some cultural observations. If you live long enough in China, you notice that Chinese people do not clean up after themselves. Now, it's really hard as a Westerner coming to China, coming to the East and letting go of your cultural expectations of how people should behave. Because obviously to me, with my upbringing, I find this quite selfish and quite gross behavior. But I have to remind myself I'm in a different culture. In China, there isn't this thing of self-governance. People don't govern themselves. They are governed, and they have sort of Confucian society where you have expectations of where you are in a society, and this is somebody else's job to clean up. I find it very difficult. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just an observation that Chinese people do not clean up after themselves. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's not for me to say. So it's a bit gross though when you're trying to find a clean spot to eat your food and it's just there's shit everywhere. I've got a bunch of tofu and I asked for no sauce and got sauce, but I don't think this is the meat sauce. I think this is just chili. I mean, the tofu is definitely in a meaty broth anyway. I ran away from 7-Eleven because this guy sat beside me and started slurping like crazy. So now we're going to explore the electronics market. First floor is just a lot of electronics, not really consumer stuff. More parts. This guy's selling DJI stuff. I don't think he's a DJI store. Curious. Insta360 for sale. Yeah, lots of components on the floor. Fourth floor has like official stores on it. Oh, look, walk around these. Interesting. I think on the 7th or 8th floor, I think this is where people fix stuff. A place where people are working. It's their official stall. You want 150 quid for a 1 terabyte SD card. Even with some supreme haggling, that's not in the price range. So I've made it to the 10th floor, and I think I'm gonna leave. No SD card found. It's quite boring. Like most of the shops are shut. It's nothing on Taipei's Computer City. That was way cooler because I had all the official shops and all the mom and pop shops. The official shops here aren't really official shops. All the mom and pop shops are shut. We've got a shop here which is selling SD cards bulk, so we might be in good luck here, but let's see. So I just met a very honest person selling counterfeit goods. It's quite an odd experience actually. I went to your man's stall on the left, and he's got loads of SD cards at great prices. He wants to sell me a 1 terabyte SD card for 25 packs. That is an incredible price. And I was a bit suspicious, so he's like, here, try these prototypes. Because he said, I don't think it's going to work on your camera. And I was like, of course it's going to work, because the SD card looks identical. They looked identical to the ones I had, like completely identical. And then I put his cards in my camera, and they don't work. They don't work. And I tried multiple, and he's like, friend, he's got the translation. I was like, friend, I won't lie to you, it's not going to work on your camera. And I'm like, but why, bro? And eventually he's like, they're copies. They're not original manufacturers. They're like fake. They're like fake SanDisk, fake Samsung SD cards. So they work in a lot of cameras, but they don't work in DJI action cameras. And so, despite him selling counterfeit goods, he was extremely honest. He was like, yeah, just go elsewhere, dude. That place in the mall, I don't think is the only place selling counterfeit cards. It's crazy. They've just got them produced in trays and trays, and I think they will work, just not in the action form. It's break time. Spicy Yak and Coca-Cola at the Watson station. Just walking around. Shenzhen's alright. The counterfeit SD cards are kind of cool. Just to observe them in real life. And other than that, I've not really got much interest in the electronics market. We're just kind of around Shenzhen. It's kind of just another big Chinese city. It can be kind of same to be honest. It's a very industrial city, as you might expect. So I'm gonna chill out. Alright, I got like an hour left on this SD card. I am so sick of looking at my phone, I'm just gonna pay $400 price. I can get 500 gigs of Samsung good memory for about £60. I'm a little bit disappointed because I thought the prices would be much better, but hey, I guess basically in the UK we already have very good tech prices. We must import such a large volume of tech that we already have very good prices. This is the center, I think, of Futian in Shenzhen. HQ Mart, where I might be able to get some electronics. Although there's nothing really here I want to buy. Just kind of want to show you guys where I was. Anti-drone warfare and drones just being marketed in the middle of Shenzhen. That's crazy. I'm just like, just outside the metro. Alright, so £3 buys you 2 gluten sticks, which I've been assured are vegetarian, noodles, and some veggies. Stuck in. Alright, I got another round of food. This is cold this time. It's 5:10. I need to leave in like 10 minutes to go to the train station. But I don't imagine there's going to be vegetarian food on the train. Not sure if there's going to be ramen I can pick up at the train station. Couldn't find any veggie ramen around here. I'll have a look on the 7-Eleven on the way past. And the train goes until 1 p.m. tomorrow, so I need to fuel up basically. So I'm quite full, but I'm going to force this down myself. And I'll be rammed full and pass out on the train. Yeah, another gorgeous day in China. I've spilled chili sauce all over myself. And we are going to get in the metro and take an 8. We're in Shenzhen. Beautiful little sunset. Yeah. And we are going to take an 18-hour train from Shenzhen on the mainland to Sanya, one of the 2 major cities on Hainan, China's tropical island. So this is what it looks like, Shenzhen. We just left the big residential block which was there. Lovely little sunset. We're now going to be on public transport for a while from here on in. So down into the metro we go. Being vegetarian in China is checking the ingredients of every single ramen in 1, 2, 3 stores, and they all have like beef fat and chicken fat in them. Okay, I gave up because we're about to board. Z8006, 1842, 18-hour train to Sanya, Hainan from Shenzhen. One epic train journey I'm about to go on. The train gets boarded onto a ferry and then put onto tracks on the other side, all while we're sleeping, I think. Every single time the aunties and uncles will push right to the front as if the train, they're so funny. They'll just they literally ran straight to the front and pushed in. They're scared the train's gonna leave without them. The train's not going anywhere without them. Relax. So this is the first, I think, non-high-speed train I've taken. This is the first Z-class train I've taken, which are slower trains. Yeah, very excited. They look very, very different. That's wet. I just nearly fell over. The fun thing about China is they're always cleaning the floor, so you're always falling over. Ordering why? 9:34. Can I get on this train or not? I'm being confronted by the dude. Ah, maybe he wants my passport. What do you need? Maybe he needs my passport? Who knows? He needed to scan my passport. Alright, that should be a little bit brighter now. So we are looking for 34. So somewhere along here. We're right at the very end. Here we are. 34, that's me. This is my bed for the night. Call Chinese beds, it's extremely hard, but yeah. Welcome to home. It's a bit tight. It's nice though. Oh. First train de nuit of China. Alright, I'm gonna get settled in. I'm gonna unpack my bag a little, change shirt because I covered it in oil. Get my sleeping bag liner out. My cabin is empty. I don't know if they just put all the foreigners in the same room. There's no other foreigners on the train, which is sometimes a thing in China. But yeah, not a single soul in this room with me. Guess who's joined me? I've actually moved cabins. I wonder why I've moved cabins. Because I got moved by a Chinese guard into a different cabin. Do you know the reason why I got moved into a different cabin?
Me.
Care to explain?
What is there to explain?
I tried to find us ramen for dinner, but I couldn't find a single one that was vegetarian. So dinner tonight is cashew nuts, Snickers bars, wherever they are, and Lubot crisps. Tomatoes. Tomato Pringles, but they're not Pringles. It's now 9 a.m. and our train is getting offloaded onto the tropical island of Hainan. So cool. Good morning from sunny Houhai Bay. On our way to Sanya. I didn't want to start recording in the room because a Chinese elderly couple joined us in the night, so I don't want to sort of freak them out, respect their privacy. So I'll just show you a couple things on the train. Bathroom looks like this. I just brushed my teeth. It's quite nice. There is water. It's obviously not drinking water. Toilet's pretty basic. It's a Western style toilet. It's through here. Very simple, and I think you can get hot water here, although I can't find a single vegetarian ramen in China, so it doesn't really work for me. Another thing to note, there's no charging sockets, neither in the room nor in the corridor. On French train de nuits, there's usually one in the corridor, but I can't find a single one. I might walk around and see if I can find one, but so far, no. There was a bit of a view, but now we've just got this. The terrain kind of just looks like big commie blocks and rice paddies. So let's go for a little walk and see if we can find a charger. So I walked over to Hard Sleeper, which kind of looks like this. It's 6 open bunks, open into the corridor. Obviously I don't want to record in there because there's people sleeping, but it's like sort of 6 bunks which are open to the corridor. They're a bit thinner, a bit harder. They are cheaper though, significantly cheaper, like 30 euros cheaper. But I wanted the luxury of a private room because I think it's the one train de nuit I'm going to take. Train de nuit. Oh, my accent français. It's going to be the one night train I'm going to take in China. It's interesting because obviously it's not exactly aesthetically pleasing. Then the flip side of that is there's 1.4 billion people, and it's like they're all housed in good accommodation. Who cares if it's ugly, you know? Good morning from Haikou on our way to Sanya. What's the time? 10 a.m. I think we arrive at 1 p.m. I didn't get the best night's sleep. The accommodation's comfy enough. I mean, the beds are rock hard, but that's just China. I didn't get the best night's sleep because I was so excited about us loading onto the ferry that I kept waking up every hour every time we slowed down so I could watch us going onto the ferry, and I missed it. I missed it because I woke up like 20 minutes before and then fell asleep, and then I got jolted awake when we were on the ferry, and I was so upset. Oh! Aye! It is really, really, really warm. Oh my god, it's hot. What do you think this is, like 33? That's our train. Guess where we are for our first meal of the day? It's McDonald's for more fries and McFlurry. Long-term viewers of this vlog will know this has been half of my lunches in China, and I am very, very sick of eating McDonald's. Good ED to the shopping mall. Before the GD, we need some energy. Before the shopping mall, we need some energy. So we are at Chaji. Chaji. Yeah, that one. It's really hard to pronounce correctly. Can you pronounce it correctly, please?
Chaji.
What she said. expensive. What's this?
They have like things inside, like chewy.
You're seeing that, right? We're on the beach, and that is cameras looking at us, and a fucking tannoy. I don't know if it's recording, but I think it is. Who knows? We're in Houhai. Is it? Houhai Bay, near Sanya, maybe like an hour away. This is the premier surfing spot for beginner surfers in China. Yeah, there's no surf. Don't go there. Ah! Aye. No sunset, we couldn't get up the mountain. So we just walked to the other side of the bay, which is absolutely stunning. And this is the furthest visibility I have ever seen in China. There's still some smog, but we can see for kilometers. Please make your way out of the shot, sir, so I can demonstrate to our viewers how far you can see.
Shame. Oh, la tête de con.
Tête de con.
Tête de con.
And just like that, my mission for China is complete. My mission was to go snowboarding and surfing in one trip. And at the 11th hour, the last possible moment, the day I was leaving, I'm checking out in 2 hours, there was some surf here that we could surf. I caught some waves, didn't stand up very well. I'm not very good at surfing, but the point is, went surfing, hired this big foamy this morning, and there's quite a lot of surfers out on the bay. Waves aren't huge, but they're actually perfect for a beginner. You can walk right out to where I think they call it the break is, where the waves break, and you can hop on there and you can stand there, and they're the perfect power for a beginner. So yeah, had a great time. Now I'm gonna head in, quickly shower and check out. Tonight I am going to, where am I going to? Fangcheng overnight ferry to a place called Fangcheng, which is only like an hour away from Nanning, right on the Vietnam border, and I will head to Vietnam. So yeah, thanks for watching. You can't really see it, but there's a bunch of surfers out here. All the beginner lessons are over there. All the cool kids obviously come around here. Nice break, away from all the surf lessons. So I've arrived at Sanya railway station, which is just over there. But my train is not for another hour and 10 minutes. So I'm going to check out what's in this shopping mall here. At the very least, there's a Starbucks, and there is a little bread thing I can eat at Starbucks. As I was saying, from Haikou east to Haikou central. From there, I need to get a DD to the ferry terminal. And at the ferry terminal, I should have a bunk bed and a dorm. All the way to Fangcheng mall in question. It's kind of hard to navigate here because of all the mopeds. But to get run over here. And that's the plan. That's the plan for today. Big travel day. And then tomorrow morning, get a train to Nanning. And at Nanning, I will go straight to the train station. I don't think it's the right one, the one I come into. And I will ask if I can buy a ticket to Hanoi overnight. Tickets can only be bought in person. And they will either say, yeah, totally, you can go to Hanoi. Or they'll say no. 5 black and cheese bagel. She says not bad. French butter croissant. I wonder if that'll be any good. I'm following the path of least resistance here, and I went to the Starbucks in the shopping mall, and I have ordered some granola and a peach oolong shaken iced tea because it's absolutely roasting. I'm a bit tired. Okay guys, I'm going for the crispy potato cake at Lawson's. She likes super heated. Arrived in tropical Haikou. Haikou. north of Hainan. I need to find where DDs take off from. I've got a feeling just over here, and we will go and take a DD, I think, all the way to the port. Should be like half an hour. But if traffic's bad, then we'll hop on a train, move around the city a little bit. And I obviously have no idea what the port is like. Hopefully there's somewhere, a little shop there I can buy a bunch of Snickers bars for dinner. So yeah, I guess one meal, a bunch of Snickers is my meal today. But yeah, we gotta get going, so I'm gonna go find where these DDs take off from. So I'm back in Haikou, went out to the DD hailing area, looked at the DDs available. It said an hour, like 50 minutes. I'm looking at the traffic. I'm basing off vibes and my experience traveling on Chinese New Year. I didn't believe it. And my intuition says, book the next train available to the station that's near the port. And there is a train leaving in 3 minutes. Nice. Train's just about to leave. Alright, we're on. Cool. Okay, it's 6 p.m. I've arrived in Haikou. I think it's 15 minutes DD to the port. It's 3.5, 4 kilometers. Although it looks close, it's not really a walk. So we will call a DD, go to the port, and hopefully everything goes smoothly from there. Good call, so Haikou train station is way more chill than Haikou East. You can smell the sea air, so we're gonna walk over here, not call a taxi, call a DD from Haikou to, I forgot the name of the port, but we're gonna go to the port. Call a DD. A little tip for my viewers: when you get a taxi, well, DD in China, they will ask you for the last 4 digits of your phone number. Often I actually just show them the booking, which has a picture of their number plate, because I don't know how to say those 4 numbers in Chinese. So absolute chaos has ensued because I think I put in the wrong destination on DD, and the military was like, "Where the fuck is this Uyghur going?" And they all speak to me Chinese. So I wish I could tell. I'm here now, and I wish I could tell you the right direct destination to put into Alipay DD, but I cannot because I can't figure it out. It's all kind of one big wharf, one big harbour. I think if you put in harbour or departures, you might get it better. But it's a massive building, it's a massive complex. So ferry leaves in an hour, so they're probably boarding it. Probably boarding it now, to be honest. Checking boarding this way. I have absolutely no clue. No idea if I'm in the right place. This is Jinhai to Zhuwen, which is not where I'm going. So maybe I'm in the wrong one. 1935 to... The lane for passengers without a vehicle isn't open. So I guess I'm taking... Holy smokes, I thought I got a gun. I'm taking bus passenger passage. Oh, moving by.
你失败的话，跟他走。可以把你家那个修了。
I wish I knew what he was saying. Alright, manual channel, get on the right, it's going to check my ID. So I got to make tracks. I think my boat is boarding. This is the departure hall. I got pulled aside at security check, which took a while. I actually don't know. Yeah, that looks right-ish. Not very. It's kind of different actually. Okay, so it closes 20 minutes before departure, so I don't need to panic so much. Traveling is hard in China, but they do often have stuff in English, which makes things a little bit easier. For information, Xinhai to Juan, like this is not Juan. I don't think I'm in the right ferry terminal at all. Hello. Yeah, maybe. Can you hold on? This would be very helpful. Okay, cool. Okay, panic over. We aren't in the right place. She saw my ticket and said, just go here. All right, so I've somehow lucked my way into getting in the right. I don't know if you can tell my voice. It was an extremely stressful situation. I just thought I was in the wrong ferry terminal altogether. It's adjusted. I worked here and she said, go this way. It's boarding, so it starts boarding an hour before. If it's good information, if you ever want to take this ferry. It said it closes 20 minutes before. The characters are completely different to what shows on your phone for the ticket. So, but the lady said, yeah, it's this one. So to go to Fangchengchang, it should, I'll probably leave from the same place in the future, from 7. And it is all just one ferry terminal if you're confused about that. After all that, it's the right ferry, after all. My name came up because they use, what about Grogan? Where's he going to spit? Where's he going to spit on me? Fucking hell. Anyway, so after all that, there's the right ferry. They use, obviously, if you've taken a train in China, you'll know your ID number, as in like your passport number, is your ticket. So it'll come up on their system. So she typed in my passport number and my ticket came up. So I was like, oh, thank goodness. This is what the boarding looks like. Pretty stunning. And this is the ferry from Houhai to Fangchengchang, which is just south of Nanning, close to the Vietnam border. I feel a lot less stressed now. I was very worried there. Mainly because the destination name just seemed to keep changing. Like the characters kept changing. Alright, this is the inside. This kind gentleman is helping me to my room. £20 gets you a bed and an 8-bed dorm. £40 gets you a double bedroom. I tried to get a double bedroom, but they were sold out. Because for me, that price, that value doesn't make any sense at all. £20 8-bed dorm, £40 double bedroom. Double bedroom was a great experience on the ferry, but alas, 8-bed dorm, let's go. Alright, this is what the dorm looks like. Looks clean, looks nice. Bet you this geezer snores all night. And we'll be rocking and rolling. I tell you what, this is starting to feel like a proper adventure. A proper adventure. Got Don there, Don here, Don there, Don there, Don there. No one speaks English. I don't speak Chinese. I'm a bit of a Waigorin here, doing Waigorin things. Alright, I'm going to explore the train a bit. The ferry a little bit, and get ready for takeoff. I found the shop, and I think a canteen. The lady had a pee. Oh, it's a whole bloody canteen, everyone's getting meals. They have tofu and cabbage and sprouts and rice. So, I asked her to prepare me tofu, vegetables and rice, which she said yeah, but they ran out of rice. So she's called their boss to get more, I think. The joys of being a foreigner in China. My main debit card has been blocked on WeChat. Alipay works a lot better than WeChat, but for some reason this ferry only accepts WeChat payments. My food's here. I can't eat it because I can't pay for it. So I'm just going to stand here, hungry, looking at my food. I can't pay for this meal. That's all you pay for me. I actually don't know what to do. I don't know what to fucking do. You're already giving me the meal. So I've asked the lady if I can pay with Alipay, and she seems to be doing something, so maybe. Alright, I've eaten. I ate very fast, so it was super hungry. Got my phone in charge, and I'm going to try pay now. But yeah, WeChat doesn't work, so Alipay. So as has been the case often in China, when it didn't work, they were quite helpful, and she just paid with her own account, and I just transferred to her on Alipay. So, for whatever reason, we haven't left yet, and I've done what any good law-abiding Goran would do. I've bought beer and peanuts and shui and more beer and made my way to the top deck. They're kicking us off the top deck because it's time to leave. I've just sunk a couple of beers, ate the peanuts, watched us leave the harbour. I am shattered. I don't know if I'm going to get a great night's sleep in there, but you can see how shattered I am. Just been go, 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 go. And I'm in the middle of a travel leg. It's going to be go, go, go until I get to Hanoi. And I think Hanoi's a party place, so I'm going to try find a hostel there that's chill. Got a mate in Vietnam and I want to catch up with her, but I think I have to force myself to chill. I've made friends. They've given me beer.
Mei
Moving by, my love. So interesting cultural observation. They drink out of bowls rather than from the can, which is quite interesting. They're sinking loads of beers and they don't understand why I don't smoke and I have a lighter, which is maybe a fair question. They've given me tofu, which is fortunately vegetarian, and they have loads of it. Spicy tofu. La? I think this is vegetarian. Practicing my Chinese, it's not going very well. La?
No.
I'm being forced to drink alcohol against my will. Alright, the entire family has turned out to say hello. And I have been adopted and forced to drink beer and eat tofu. Let's practice my Chinese, shall we? 老板，洗手间。洗手间啊。直走。This is my situation. I am 5 beers deep and drinking lots of tofu with this Chinese family. That might have been the worst sleep of my entire life. But bringing a cheer to smile is this little guy. Say hello. There's this guy who's obsessed with me. Within 2 minutes, he comes and he's like, "Houhai, ni hao." And then he's asking me if I brush my teeth, and I'm about to. He's giving me a chicken nugget and wouldn't let me say no. So I'm just going to have to hide it, so I'm obviously not going to eat it. Good morning, we have arrived in Fangchengchang, and somewhat as expected, there's nothing here. There's an old warship over there. There's a big, beautiful bay, that must be Fangchengchang over there. And there's a bus. Hopefully they let me on the bus and it takes me to Fangchengchang. But I actually don't know what the current score is. If not, I'm sure a DD will pick me up. I'll walk out to that road over there. We'll just see how the morning goes. We arrived a bit earlier than I intended. 我不明白，我不说中文。I don't speak Chinese. Sorry.
What country are you from?
Oh, sorry. I'm from the UK, from Scotland. Trying to work out what they're doing with this bridge. Okay, yeah, they actually are loading. They actually are loading a lot of people here. Not everyone's getting on the bus though. So I don't think it's as simple as a shuttle bus. Just following these people out. See where it goes to. Easy peasy, 60 yen. Half an hour taxi ride. I'm very thirsty. I'm at Houhai Bay, Houhai North Railway Station. My train's in an hour. Just bought some water. I'm absolutely shattered. Pretty rough night on the seas. So I think I'm going to check in, go to the waiting area and pass out. Or at least wait until my train and then pass out on the train. I'm going to go to Nanning and then I'm going to try go to Vietnam today. I'm stinky, I'm smelly, but there didn't seem to be any good hostels in Nanning. However, there is cheap hotels. I can get a hotel for like a tenner.